Hey everybody, just wanted to touch on where we might be heading economically. I'm gonna keep it simple. During the pandemic, lots of money got printed. Did everything get used or did some get stashed away for what we have now? During the pandemic, a lot of people got money and put it in stocks. Stocks rose, inflation rose, housing market rose, food prices rose, but the most concerning part was the inflation, the food, consumer goods, the products and services. Labor also went up, people got paid more, but it wasn't really catching up to the prices of goods. Not only did we print a lot of money, interest rates were also very low, which allowed companies to borrow lots of money at cheap rates, almost like if it was free. So the Federal Reserve decided, let's increase interest rates so that companies are not encouraged to borrow more cheap money, hence slowing down the economy. And when you do that, less money supply is circulating and the rate at which the price of goods and services decreases. Not the price, but the rate at which it is increasing. Instead of going from $7 to $10 in 1 year, it's gonna do that maybe, hopefully, 3 years. The Federal Reserve wants to bring down the inflation rate back down to 2%. Currently, we're sitting at about 6.5%. The highest was about 8%, so we are decreasing with increased interest rates. But as interest rates were announced to increase, stocks plummeted, and currently the housing market is kind of decreasing. This is a perfect scenario for people that have cash. They will be able to buy stuff for cheap. So as long as inflation is still above 2%, we're still gonna see interest rates increase. High interest rates make buying a house kind of undesirable, makes it much more expensive, which then makes a home seller sell for less to get rid of the home because now their house is undesirable or unaffordable, let's say, is the better term. Before the pandemic, you were able to afford maybe a $300,000 home with only $2,500 a month. Now with high interest rates, a house that cost $100,000 less costs about the same each month. But some people are willing to buy it if they time the market correctly because they will be able to refinance once interest rates plummet again when inflation is brought back down to around 2%. That's if it's done correctly and not too fast, because if they do it too fast, the borrowing of money is going to happen really fast and then there's going to be a flood of money again and inflation is going to go back up. So for the next year, we might see unemployment rates go up, so a lot of layoffs due to businesses not expanding and not really getting business because big businesses rely on borrowed money to supply their expansion. Some stocks that might be doing good will be stocks probably like Walmart, stocks that are based on things people need, very common sense, not really gonna go good for discretionary type of stocks. But these things happen really fast. By the time you find out that interest rates are gonna go back down, stocks are already up. Things get priced in quickly. Stocks might start going up once there's an indication from people on the Federal Reserve Board starting to say words that are kind of positive, like we are now reaching a safe landing. We are approaching ideal interest rates and ideal inflation rates. Our strategy is working. The only thing that worries me quite a bit is if these high interest rates cause unemployment to kind of go out of control and then the government completely, or the Federal Reserve completely throws out its strategy and decides to print more money, causing inflation to blow up again. At that point, it just shows that the dollar is very weak and inflation won't slow down and it will take much longer than anticipated. Meanwhile, in countries that are more financially stable and don't invest in things that are too speculative, like in the United States, for instance, China is very strategic when it comes to investing. They even buy gold. They will be way past us and then the new superpower of this world. I think what's important for people to understand is that we need to be adaptable and learn skills that allow us to sell our services, our skill set to generate additional income from our regular 9 to 5. I think particularly programming, trades like electrical engineering or an electrician, there are so many. So hopefully you find one that you enjoy and allows you to generate some kind of money on the side. That way you're not just solely dependent on one job that could be gone due to technology. That's all I got. See you on the next video and subscribe. Bye-bye.